The atmosphere is a bit tense. Keith Urban's friendly, charming, but he's wary. He knows what's coming. Keith Urban has always been the picture of consistency in the changing world of entertainment. For years, fans have admired his voice, his charm, and his signature style. But recently, something unexpected has begun to unfold. Something that has left even his most loyal followers stunned. Whispers have turned into headlines and casual observations have become hot topics. What exactly is going on with Keith Urban? I wasn't raised like this at all. So, our girls are very lucky to be learning from you, baby. I'm learning, too. The man many thought they knew so well seems to be transforming before our very eyes. This transformation strikes many controversial questions and leaves fans asking for more answers. From new faces to country icon, Keith Urban's journey from a small-town boy in New Zealand to a global country music star is as inspiring as it is impressive. Born on October 26, 1967 in Whangar, New Zealand, Keith Lionel Urban was raised in Australia where his musical talents began to take root. From an early age, he showed signs of a natural performer, someone destined for the stage. His early passion for music, particularly country, set him apart in a region where the genre wasn't mainstream. This passion, however, would eventually catapult him onto the world stage. By 1983, a young Keith Urban made his first mark on the entertainment world by appearing on the Australian TV talent show New Faces. Though still in his teens, his charisma and guitar skills caught the attention of viewers and industry professionals alike. It was a small step, but a significant one as it formally launched his early music career and fueled his ambition to take his talent further. In 1991, Urban made a life-changing decision. He moved to Nashville, Tennessee, the heartland of country music. The transition from Australia to the United States wasn't easy, but it proved essential for the growth of his career. In Nashville, he immersed himself in the local scene, refining his songwriting and forming connections that would later shape his success. It was a bold move that paid off. 8 years later, in 1999, Keith released his self-titled American debut album, Keith Urban. The album introduced him to U.S. audiences with a blend of country soul and rock flair, a sound that would become his trademark. One of the standout tracks, But for the Grace of God, became a chart-topping hit, cementing his status as a rising star in country music. By 2001, Urban's talent was officially recognized when he won the top new male vocalist award at the Academy of Country Music Awards. It was an acknowledgement not just of his musical ability, but also of the determination and work he had put in since arriving in Nashville. His momentum only grew. In 2002, he released the album Golden Road, which featured major hits like Somebody Like You and You'll Think of Me. These songs expanded his fan base and showcased his ability to blend emotional depth with mainstream appeal. You'll Think of Me would later earn him his first Grammy Award in 2004 for Best Male Country Vocal Performance, a major milestone in any musician's career. In 2005, Urban continued to climb higher with the release of Be Here, an album that produced multiple hits and garnered several Country Music Association (CMA) and Academy of Country Music (ACM) awards. By this point, Keith Urban wasn't just a respected artist. He had become a household name within the genre. But 2006 would prove to be a life-changing year for Urban, not just professionally, but personally. On June 25, 2006, he married acclaimed actress Nicole Kidman. In a ceremony held in Sydney, Australia. The marriage marked the union of two high-profile figures from different corners of the entertainment world, and quickly became one of the most talked-about celebrity relationships. Their partnership would go on to be one of the most enduring in Hollywood, providing a sense of stability in both their lives. In 2008, Urban and Kidman welcomed their first daughter, Sunday Rose Kidman Urban, into the world. The birth marked a new chapter in Keith's life, balancing fatherhood with a demanding music career. 2 years later, in 2010, he released the album Get Closer, which reflected themes of love, family, and connection. That same year, Urban performed at numerous major award shows and benefit concerts, continuing to demonstrate his commitment to both his art and charitable causes. In 2011, the family expanded with the birth of their second daughter, Faith Margaret, who was born via surrogate. Urban has often spoken publicly about how fatherhood changed him, grounding him emotionally and helping him grow not only as a person, but also as a musician. From 2012 to 2016, Keith Urban took on a new role as a judge on American Idol. During his tenure, he brought a refreshing mix of humor, honesty, and insight, earning praise for his thoughtful critiques and genuine encouragement of young talent. It was a perfect match for his personality and allowed fans to see a different side of him, one that was nurturing and community-focused. In 2013, he returned to music with Fuse, an album that featured hits like Cop Car and We Were Us. The project showed Urban experimenting with new sounds while staying true to his roots. He continued to evolve musically while keeping his core fanbase engaged. 2016 was another major year as Urban released Ripcord, which propelled him on a global tour. The album mixed country with elements of pop and electronic music, reflecting his desire to push creative boundaries. The tour was a commercial success and reaffirmed his place as a world-class performer. 2 years later, in 2018, he released Graffiti You, a deeply personal album that further explored themes of love, identity, and expression. That same year, he received the Entertainer of the Year award at the CMA Awards, one of the highest honors in country music. It was a testament to not just his talent but his sustained impact on the industry. As the world faced the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, Keith Urban stepped up to host the Academy of Country Music ACM Awards, an event that had to adapt to new circumstances. His steady presence during the virtual format brought comfort and continuity to fans during uncertain times. From 2021 to 2023, Urban continued to innovate. He launched a Las Vegas residency, drawing fans from around the globe to intimate shows filled with storytelling and musical excellence. At the same time, he stayed busy recording new material and adapting his performances to an ever-changing music landscape. Keith Urban's controversial lawsuit. Despite all of Keith Urban's professional achievements and personal milestones, his journey hasn't been without its share of unexpected challenges. One such moment unfolded in 2007, far from the world of music charts, concert tours, and award shows. That year, Urban became involved in a unique legal dispute that had little to do with music, but everything to do with identity in the growing landscape of the digital age. At the center of the controversy was a seemingly straightforward issue: the rights to the domain name kyturban.com. For many, it seemed obvious that a celebrity of Keith Urban status would naturally own the rights to a website bearing his own name. However, the reality proved far more complicated, triggering a legal battle that drew attention not only because of who was involved, but because of the unusual situation itself. At the time, the domain name keithband.com was not controlled by the Grammy-winning country singer, but by a painter based in New Jersey, who by coincidence was also named Keith Urban. The painter had been using the domain to showcase and sell his original artwork entirely unrelated to the music industry or the celebrity world. His website featured paintings, artistic commentary, and information about his studio. On the surface, there was no deliberate attempt to impersonate or capitalize on the musician's fame. Still, the overlap in names led to growing confusion as the singer's popularity skyrocketed. Fans, journalists, and industry professionals trying to access the country star's official website were frequently redirected to a page promoting artwork, not music. For a public figure managing an increasingly global brand, such misdirection posed a serious concern. As the confusion continued, it became clear that action needed to be taken. Keith Urban, the musician, decided to pursue legal recourse in order to claim the domain name. He filed a lawsuit in federal court, asserting his rights under trademark law. His argument was based on the principle that his name, at least within the context of entertainment, music, and commercial branding, had become a recognized and protected trademark. The lawsuit alleged that the painter's use of keithband.com infringed upon the musician's rights and created a misleading association that could damage or dilute his brand. According to court documents, the singer sought not only to stop the painter from using the domain, but also to transfer ownership of the site to himself. From the perspective of the painter, however, the situation appeared vastly different. He argued that he had registered the domain in good faith long before the musician had made any formal claim to it. He maintained that he was using the name legitimately to promote his own professional work and had no intent to confuse the public or profit from the singer's celebrity. In court filings and public statements, the painter emphasized that he too had a right to use his own name in commerce, especially since it was his legal identity and the foundation of his business. His defense highlighted broader concerns about the rights of individuals with shared names and the balance between trademark law and personal autonomy. Nicole Kidman knocked down by paparazzi. The digital identity dispute Keith Urban faced in 2007 offered a glimpse into the kind of complex offstage challenges that come with celebrity life. But navigating legal rights over a name was just one piece of a broader picture. As Keith Urban's fame continued to rise alongside that of his wife, actress Nicole Kidman, the couple found themselves increasingly exposed to another persistent pressure, the invasive world of paparazzi. While both Keith and Nicole have remained relatively private despite their high-profile careers, the scrutiny of their daily lives became harder to avoid, especially in public settings. During the 2010s, their encounters with the paparazzi, particularly in Nicole's native Australia, reached a new level of intensity that tested their patience and raised serious questions about boundaries, safety, and respect. Keith and Nicole's relationship has long attracted public interest. From the moment they married in 2006, the media's lens rarely strayed far from the couple. They were not only both celebrities in their own right, but represented a union between two global talents from different artistic worlds, music and film. While fans admired their love story and often rooted for their happiness, the couple also became prime targets for tabloids and gossip columns. Public fascination with their life together led to a near-constant hunger for photos and personal details. And this attention often extended far beyond red carpets and official events. Instead, it followed them through airports, private vacations, restaurant outings, and everyday errands. Moments that most people take for granted, but which Keith and Nicole often found under an unforgiving spotlight. In cities like Sydney and Melbourne, where Nicole is deeply cherished and Keith is widely respected, their public appearances routinely drew crowds of paparazzi. The photographers, eager to capture unguarded moments, would sometimes go to extreme lengths to get their shots. The scenes could quickly become chaotic. Dozens of lenses aimed at the couple, cameras flashing in rapid succession, and personal space often ignored. While some photographers maintained a respectful distance, others did not. Over time, the pair encountered a pattern of increasingly aggressive behavior from certain individuals who viewed boundaries as mere obstacles to the next exclusive image. These moments, ranging from verbal taunts to dangerously close confrontations, placed a significant emotional and psychological strain on both Keith and Nicole. What should have been simple moments like walking into a building or greeting a friend often became uncomfortable or even tense experiences. The most high-profile of these incidents occurred in 2013. And it didn't happen in Australia, but on the fast-paced, crowded streets of New York City. On this particular day, Nicole Kidman was walking toward her hotel, having just left a fashion event. The sidewalk was busy with pedestrians, onlookers, and as usual, paparazzi trailing behind to capture her exit. Among them was a bicycle-riding photographer who, reportedly, in a rush to snap a photograph, sped toward her on the sidewalk rather than from a safe distance. In a shocking and unexpected moment, the paparazzo collided directly with Nicole, knocking her to the ground.